An icy wind blew through the fields, covering the grass and the willows with ice. Winter has come to stay, but the farmhouse was warm and toasty and bustling with Christmas cheer. Join me today as we welcome Christmas to our little farmhouse. We are putting up the Christmas tree, doing a little bit of decorating, but keeping it pretty simple, and making some gingerbread cookies and some hot cocoa. I truly do enjoy the whole fall season. I love the changing seasons, every bit of it. I love the little celebrations that goes into each new season that comes. And sometimes I'm ready to say goodbye and pushing forward as fast as I can, and other times I am a little bit sad to see it go. I just love all the warm, festive, vibrant colors of fall. Thanksgiving was kind of spread out because we had it early with Jared's family, and then we had another kind of holiday Thanksgiving dinner with my parents who came into town, and so we've had lots of company. So I'm just barely getting around to doing some Christmas preparations. I've had these pumpkin seeds sitting on our fireplace mantle for about a month, drying out. They were part of our Halloween pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns that we made. I like to save the seeds of my favorite pumpkins and plant them for the next year. So I'll be storing these away with the rest of my seeds. Every turn of the season is a good excuse to do a little bit of dusting and cleaning, getting into some of those dusty and dirty nooks and crannies of the house. And the mantelpiece is always a place I love to share festivities, but it gets pretty dusty and also collects a lot of soot from the fireplace. And so it's a good chance to do some cleaning. We recently picked up a fresh Christmas tree over in the town next door. When we lived in Wyoming, my favorite Christmas tradition was going up into the mountains and cutting down a fresh Christmas tree. I would bundle up our babies nice and cozy and tight in their snow clothes, and we would bring a sled and some hot cocoa and cookies. But life changes and things look a little bit different, and here in Missouri, there are no mountains with evergreens, and so we just go and pick out a fresh Christmas tree. I'm sure there are some Christmas tree farms that are nearby. I haven't found one yet, but I'm partial to the fresh tree, and I love the way it smells and feels in the home. And it's okay that traditions change a little bit as you grow and develop and your family changes. As long as you keep the meaning of the traditions alive, that's what really matters. It's not so much about following traditions perfectly and keeping them the same always, but what is the meaning behind your traditions? And what is the point of them? Are they bringing your family closer together? Are they celebrating the real and true reason for Christmas? So what are some of your favorite family traditions and things that you do around this time of year? Decorating the Christmas tree has always been one of my absolute favorite Christmas traditions. We used to go to tree farms when I was a child and pick out a fresh Christmas tree together. And we do the same thing with our family, and we all decorate the tree together. I remember my mom layering hundreds of lights on her Christmas tree because she loved the brightness of the lights. And so here we are all decorating the Christmas tree together. Everyone always gets so excited. I love all of the lights that Christmas brings, and lighting everything up and makes everything feel so warm and cozy and bright. especially as the world gets darker and darker outside each evening and the days become shorter and we're getting closer to the winter solstice. It really is the perfect time to celebrate Christmas. In years past, I have set up a Christmas tree for the children upstairs that they can decorate however they want, and downstairs is the Christmas tree that Mom decorates a certain way. And this year, I just didn't go through the trouble of setting a Christmas tree upstairs, and so the kids are helping me with this tree this year, and I know this really has been kind of a theme of how I'm feeling this year, but I just keep feeling to simplify, dumb things down a little bit, and make things a little bit easier on myself. There's just lots to do. There's lots going on. And so I'm just trying to make things a little bit easier and keep things a little bit more simple. I have been doing my Christmas tree a little bit different every single year that we have lived in this house. This will be our third Christmas tree that we are putting up in this house. And the first year, it was a completely nature-inspired Christmas tree. It was so beautiful. We just did not have the money to buy anything new for Christmas decor. And so it was an all-natural, nature-inspired Christmas tree. And it was so beautiful with cranberries and oranges. And it's just kind of adapting and changing. I like to try out new things. This year, I'm adding some blue and some burgundy and kind of this golden orange ribbon. And I love how they all go together. I've also added some little glass birds, some golden pine cones, and just keeping a lot of gold on here. Something that I have never tried before is adding tinsel to the tree. This tinsel is called angel hair, and it's very light and wispy and golden, and I love the whimsy that it's bringing to the tree this year. But oh boy, it did get everywhere, and I can kind of see why they did away with tinsel for a while, but I'm loving the vintage vibe that it's bringing to the tree this year, and it's just glittering all the more. Although the kids did get a little bit crazy with the angel hair, and well, it's going to be something to be cleaning up probably for a few weeks.
I'm an angel with too much hair on my chest.
Got that on camera.
Last year, I went and got 1 yard of fabric cut to go underneath the Christmas tree. And it's not very fancy, it's just a raw cut piece of fabric, but it works, and I love the choice of fabric, and maybe I'll change it in the future, maybe I won't, but it's pretty simple. Whenever you move to a new house, I feel like it takes you a long time to figure out how to decorate the spaces and where all the things go. Each house really is different. So I'm decorating a little bit upstairs where the kids spend a lot of their time and putting up their collection of nutcrackers. And a couple of my children have set up our little snowy village here on top of the armoire. I thought this would be a good place this year since Evelyn is nearly 18 months, and this is a place that she can't really get to, but we can still enjoy it. Jared's mom always set up a beautiful Christmas village on top of her grand piano, and it was a beautiful display that he wanted to repeat as a tradition in our family. And so here's our little village, and it is made up completely of thrifted little pieces that we like to add to now and then. Like I said, it just takes time to figure out where things go and how you want to decorate it. I would love to put a big garland up above this mirror, and I'm just waiting for one to come in the mail. So I think the house will continue to slowly receive Christmas touches here and there. Here are some pillows that I picked up from a thrift store, and I love the old embroidery that's on them. There are so many shiny, beautiful things in the stores that I'm always tempted to buy and bring into the home for Christmas. But then I remember that in this phase of life, Christmas is really for my family. And so I have a couple children's nativities in the home that I didn't actually get on film. If you are interested in what those are, I can put those in a future video. But these are the nativities that I do put up that are breakable. I like to keep them up nice and high. But I want the children to also be able to enjoy the nativity and the nativity story. And so I do have a couple of children-friendly nativity scenes that are upstairs. A couple of them are in the children's rooms, and they like to put them up in their bedrooms and enjoy them during the Christmas season. And that way they have something that they can touch, that they can play with, and they can see the baby Jesus and not be so tempted to get into Mother's nativity. When my kids were really little, St. Nicholas used to be a bigger deal. And now that I am maturing as a mother and the kids are getting bigger, he has kind of fallen into the background of our Christmas traditions, and it's fun and it's magical. But it's of the lesser of the most important traditions. We really try to focus on the birth of our Savior Jesus Christ. So tonight we are going to be making some gingerbread cookies. I want to make the ones that go great for cutouts and that you can make as Christmas ornaments, as well as dipping in hot chocolate and milk. I do a lot of baking during the Christmas season, but there's no better way than to welcome Christmas with a gingerbread cookie. There are lots of different types of gingerbread. I do enjoy the soft and chewy molasses spice cookies, but today we are making the crunchy version, kind of like a ginger snap cookie. These cookies would also be good for making gingerbread houses. They are kind of crunchy and firm. And like I said, I like to make ornaments out of them, so I'll make sure to put this recipe down in the description box below. What are some of your favorite Christmas treats or things to bake up during this Christmas season? Go ahead and put them down in the comments below. I would also love to hear what kind of traditions there are around the world. So if you are in different places, no matter where you are around the world, what are some special traditions that you guys have and things that you bake up in your kitchens? I would love to hear what you are making up this Christmas season. I know there's some different things that I want to try this year, different sweetbreads, and I'm always searching for different cookies on Pinterest that I want to make. This makes quite a bit of Christmas cookies, and so I'm going to roll out one batch of the dough and put the other batch in the freezer so we can have it at some other time. I love doing that throughout the Christmas season, making up a batch of dough and freezing part of it or half of it. And then you can bake Christmas cookies whenever you want, during a movie night or taking to a neighbor's house. It's always good to have cookie dough in the freezer this time of year. One thing that we've started doing since we've lived here in Missouri is having a cocoa station here on the counter. And so I'm mixing that up now. That's 2 cups of cocoa powder, 2 cups of instant milk powder, and 2.5 cups of powdered sugar. Super simple. Mix it all up, put it into a jar, keep it here on the counter. You can put a jar of marshmallows next to it, or maybe put out some peppermint extract so you can make that into peppermint hot cocoa, or put some peppermint sticks on the counter. But it's just a fun way to celebrate the season and have cocoa throughout the month. If you want to make your gingerbread into ornaments to put up around the tree or hang in a garland, you can pierce them with a straw. I'm using a metal straw, which works great. Do that when they come first thing out of the oven. And then I'm doing a super simple little icing decor on top. And we're going to have some hot cocoa with our gingerbread cookies, just to start off the Christmas season. I didn't realize I was going to be talking so much about Christmas traditions today as we are kicking off the season, but it so happens to be that that's what we do a lot during this time of year. And so I would love to hear all about your Christmas traditions. Let's share them down in the comments below. And thank you so much for joining me here today as we kick off Christmas in our little farmhouse. I'll see you next week for another video. Enjoy this season, enjoy your family, and Merry Christmas, y'all.